Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another episode here at the Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us today. Do you mind introducing yourself?
So I'm Chini Lala, and I'm the rave of the moment when it comes to donuts.
Okay. All right. And where you're from? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, originally, and then I got married and I moved here. So this is me, and this is my life now.
Okay. And so far, how do you like being here in the States?
It was difficult initially trying to adjust, but now I'm more comfortable. I'm going to have my way around, know my way around, make friends. It's easier, and getting into the business world, it's more interesting. So I'm enjoying my stay here and very hopeful of the
Okay.
American dream.
All right. So first, I'd like to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to be here with us today and talk about your business. So can we just talk about your business a little bit? What's the name of your business and exactly what it is that you do?
Okay, my business is Magical Fantasia, and we're into luxury desserts. And we're best known for our bomboloni donuts, which has over 368 fillings. So that's the main thing we do, luxury desserts, especially donuts.
Okay. And how did you get into this business?
Um, So it was COVID and everyone was looking for what to do. I couldn't, because my background is in psychology, child psychology. So I was working with kids with exceptional needs, and then we couldn't do it face to face anymore because of COVID, obviously. And of course, I had a baby at that point. So I just thought I had to do something on my own, and I started baking, I started cooking. It was my interest, it was my flair, no real training in it. And then one day I stumbled on donuts, like on YouTube, and I was like, oh, let me just try it out and see how it goes. So I tried it. It was very ugly, but everybody thought it tasted nice, you know? So I said, okay, maybe I should try it again. And then I got very interested and I made another one. And then I just posted it on my page on Facebook, and I didn't even have much friends. And all of a sudden, I realized I was viral and everybody wanted my donuts. I started getting orders, you know, and everyone was like, oh, do you have a donut menu? And I was like, what's a donut menu? So I went online and I searched, and they said, oh, donut menu, just look for fillings, for toppings, and that's a donut menu. And then I started researching fillings, toppings, you know. So yes, and in a couple of months, that's my new life now.
So you had no formal training
Not at all.
at all.
I had never really baked.
So you were just bored at home and you just happened
Yeah.
to come across a YouTube that was talking about or showing people how to bake. And what was it that fascinated you to want to continue to do this?
Because it was the kind of interest it sparked up, and everybody was like, wow, these donuts look nice and all of that. And then I guess part of what kept me interested was people were like, they wanted to order and they wanted me to deliver them and they wanted to pick them up. So having that interaction with the customers, you know, and then you present your donuts and they're like, oh, our car smells so nice. And they want to stand with you, speak with you, laugh with you. And then not just baking and baking donuts, but baking donuts and making friends. So coming in from my home country, not having any friends here, not having any family here, apart from my immediate family, you know, and then all of a sudden you have a whole set of, a whole new world of friends, you know, professionals. Some other bakers reached out to me, news stations reached out to me, communities reached out to me, you know. So, you know, this is my life now, you know, and I don't think I would trade it for anything.
Okay. And the name of your business, where did you get that name from?
I've always loved anything sparkly, magical, you know, and then luxury, you know. When something magical means you see it and you're like shocked, you're like in awe, and it's a pleasant awe. You're like, wow, this is wonderful. You know, that's magical. And then it's like a fantasy. You know, you're like, can this be real?
Now, being from Nigeria, do you have any desserts that are inspired from your home country or use those type of ingredients?
Nigerians are not so big on desserts. But I'll tell you what the influence is. Like, I've had people try to convince me to make glazed donuts. And you know, typical glazes are like sugar, you know, lots of sugar, and then maybe some butter and all of that. So because in Nigeria, we're very health conscious when it comes to sugar and butter and all of that, we don't have a very wonderful health system. So people try to keep it healthy when they eat. You know, health starts from what you eat. You know, so I just refused to put glazes on my donuts. So, and then the sweetness, if you look at my customer base, I have a lot of adults, those in the medical field, a bit more mature people. I even have the elderly eating my donuts. And they're like, it's not sugary, it's not too sweet, it's balanced. So I guess the influence coming from Nigeria's heart is that our taste buds are a bit different, and it's for people that are a bit more health conscious.
So how do you come up with new ingredients? Do you just try things out and see if it sticks, and do people like it, or you looking for the reaction from your customers to say, oh, this is good, you should continue making this?
Um, a lot of us have our comfort zone when it comes to food. We don't want to try out. I've had a lot of people want to stick to vanilla and chocolate, and I'm like, just try apple pie, just try peanuts, just try if they don't have allergies and all of that, or just try something different. And then they try it and they're like, oh, this is the best I've tasted. And I'm like, try eggnog. Why don't you just, and they're like, oh, this is good. So a lot of people have their comfort zone when it comes to what they're willing to eat. So I try to push. Because if not, you're going to stick to just selling a few flavors. But I want people to, I want the excitement and the joy in trying something a bit different, and knowing that life goes beyond your comfort every day and all of that. So it's a journey. It's a journey. I try to involve everyone involved, and occasionally on social media, I could throw out some flavors and ask people what they think about it. And then you're surprised at funny names and funny things people cook up. Things I wouldn't even imagine, like their imagination with food, and they're like, okay, let's try this one.
So speaking of journey, how have your journey been thus far, and what is rewarding about you being an entrepreneur?
I was thinking of something yesterday that you are as far as your dreams, right? Sometimes all you have are your dreams. I'm at the point where all I have are my dreams, because I don't have as much funding as I could have had to push out and go global and expand as much as I have. I don't have as much friends. Like growing up, sometimes I think, oh, I didn't grow up here, it's a disadvantage. I wish I had classmates, I had Facebook friends around here that when I post, they know me and they're willing to buy from me. Everything I have to do is difficult because I'm starting from the scratch, meeting people. But at the same time, I'm happy because people are not buying my donuts because they know me. They're buying it because there's value in it. I'm getting good critique about it, real critique, and I'm growing organically. I'm not growing because someone is doing me a favor to grow. So it's difficult, but I'm happy because I can dream. Nobody is stopping me from dreaming. I can dream as wide as I want to dream, and I can fly as far as I want to fly, as long as what I'm doing is legit, as long as I can think it. So I feel the rewarding part of my experience is that I'm happy I can dream, and I'm happy I can do something about my dreams, and I'm happy I can grow, and I'm happy I can make friends I never thought I would make. I'm happy and I'm grateful for the experience, because I never thought I would get to that point where you walk into a place and people recognize you, people know your product, so it's rewarding on its own. Sometimes you worry so much about the finances and all of that, but because I'm an entrepreneur and I understand it's a journey, so I keep telling myself, oh, it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term enjoyment. I like to use the word enjoyment.
Okay, so you started baking in your home, then you eventually moved on to a industrial kitchen space, and now soon you're gonna be moving downtown Bridgeport. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, it's been difficult. Yes, permits. But that's what I like about the US. Just get it right. But it's been difficult, getting a place. I saw a couple of places, but they say location. So if you're going to create a brand and you want that brand to be high end, high end doesn't mean expensive, but high end means good quality and all that. You want to get a location that your high end customers are going to be happy going to. So it's expensive, it's difficult. I've gotten a place it took me over a year to sign the lease. Almost a year to sign the lease and get in there, and we're still renovating. we're still renovating, we're still doing the paperwork. It's been a journey. But I'm also happy because if I make mistakes now, there are small mistakes I can recover from, as opposed to, having big funds and then, making big mistakes and you're like bankrupt and all of that. So it's difficult, but it's a process and it's a learning curve and it's a learning guide and it's a growth process. So instead of seeing it as with the challenges that it presents, the sacrifices that come along with it, I kind of appreciate the growth involved in it and the experiences. Because remember, like I said, I didn't grow up here. I'm adjusting, I'm learning the culture. So I'm appreciating the process and just flowing with the process as it comes.
So while your storefront is being built out, how can people get their hands on your tasty desserts?
Well, you can go to my website, www.magicalfantasiadonuts.com.
And how can they reach you on social media?
Oh, Magical Fantasia.
All right, there you have it.
Facebook, Instagram, we're there.
Okay, there you have it. I'd like to thank you once again for taking time out your busy schedule to be with us today. We really appreciate it so much.
Thank you.